Yeah, hi, my name is Manuel Carmona. I'm a comic book creator, artist, and I'm here at ZENO'S, just, selling my comics, showing people what I do. Yeah, my comic book series is about a group of young heroes. They're basically adopted by the military, and they each have a certain ability, certain powers that the military is going to use in their benefit, to battle threats that are too big even for Navy SEALs or whatever. And obviously, because it's a comic book, there's a different side that they're not going to be finding out until later on, that is not all as cut and dry as they make it out to be. There's a more nefarious reasons at stake. And I'm working on another series, which is the Avengers Theory. That is basically a sci-fi anthology that we're doing with some local creators here in Virginia. Well, this is my local comic shop. This is where I buy all my comics, that I enjoy reading. And actually, Wayne invited me, the owner, he invited me to see if I wanted to sell my comics here today on Free Comic Book Day, and I said, absolutely. When I first started collecting, I was collecting X-Men, Wolverine, and slowly I started looking more for like Thor, and to this day, he's been my favorite character ever since. But I read a lot of comics, especially independent comics. So Ninja Turtles, Spawn, a whole bunch of titles, I'm doing my indie thing, my independent thing. And I have a whole bunch of stories that I want to get done, that I want to actually produce. But as you can imagine, it takes a lot of work and a lot of time. And I have 3 little ones that take most of my time, so I can do this on the side, basically. I do the art myself, yes. I have a friend who helps me write the stories, and I have another friend who helps me color the book. But yeah, I do the actual drawings and stuff.
But I think it's fun. I think it gives people the opportunity to step out of their comfort zone and get a feel for somebody who is putting on a show in a way, but also making a life change. All these superheroes, they do, allow you to feel more powerful. They make you feel more confident, make you feel like you can be something that, you maybe can't be in this normal world. I like to go and see what people have created, because they take pieces of their life and they put it into a book, and they give, hope to kids who maybe never would have that opportunity. And we do a nonprofit where we're able to pass out comics to kids in hospitals and stuff like that. So yeah, we ventured out into a different field, not just him drawing, but allowing the opportunity to come up to where we can bless other people as well. So it's definitely taken over our life in a good way, but never thought I would be wearing a Halloween costume to an event, but it's fun. I do love the smiles that it puts on people's faces. It's comics for Christmas.
I think we're gonna do a Fantastic Four cosplay.
Our next
so we're gonna be probably cosplaying as a Fantastic Four. So
yeah, this year we did Ninja Turtles, and
yes,
we had the 4 turtles, and it was April.
And she was April O'Neil, so
we got a lot of attention. It was fun. It was absolutely
You will feel people will judge you, but it's a very welcoming community. Like comic book fans and cosplayers, they're very welcoming to people trying to learn about their craft. You don't have to be an expert making costumes. You don't have to be an expert making comic books. It's a learning process. Like, I've been doing this drawing comic books for 20 years, and every day I learn something new. So you never know everything, and that's the beauty of it. It's the same thing with making a cosplay, making a costume. maybe the first costume you do is very simple, but then 5 years from that moment, you're making a movie quality cosplay. So it's at least the learning is the journey, you know. That's what it is.
It's art, reading, love, empowering, giving people hope and things that they would never things that they would think is reality is brought to life, you know.
Yep.
It gives the girls the feeling that they can be anybody. It gives boys the feeling that they don't have to be, you know, hiding in a corner to be this magical person. You can be a superhero in your everyday life. So it's definitely perfect for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, my name is Mo, and I'm supporting my local comic book store on Free Comic Book Day. This is ZENO'S Books. I am dressed up as the current Poison Ivy in her newest run. They announced recently that her current run, it was supposed to be a mini-series. It got a continuation, so I'm actually really excited that the series is continuing on. Tidewater, I'm going to be wearing this on Sunday, and Saturday I'm going to be Ramona Flowers from Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Well, I'm non-binary, and cosplay is kind of my form of drag. It's where I can be a feminine character and express that side of me, but when I go home I can take it off and be who I really am in the real world. But I find this is fun. It's performance, it's art, it is a way to express myself. Yeah, I definitely think it gives them a confidence that they didn't have before, because you're kind of taking on the persona of the character, or because you have that such personal ties to the character that you are dressing up as, it brings out a side of you. Yeah, it's wonderful seeing so many different types of people and different walks of people of all ages cosplaying. I've met people who started cosplaying when they were in their 30s. I've met people who started cosplaying when they were kids. I've met people of all walks of life expressing themselves through cosplay, and I think that's wonderful and beautiful. Pretty much what I've always done. I'm a huge reader, so I read. I live vicariously through these characters and enjoy their lives. But I'm a huge theater geek as well, so I've always been sewing, I've always been crafting. So I would take that creative outlet and that creative passion and turn it into something else. Imagine seeing bigger and better, because when I first started cosplaying 15 years ago, the resources we have now with like online, we didn't have back then. We didn't have 3D printing back then. We had to make a lot of the stuff handmade. So I'm seeing a lot more boom of cosplayers creating jobs and certain things booming from this industry, which I think is pretty cool that people can survive and make livings off of this as well. Just try it out, have fun. Come to a con, see what we're like. We're just normal people who like playing dress up. It's like Halloween every day. It's fun.
Hi, I'm Ghost, and I'm dressed as the Green Hornet. I want to say I started around 2011, 2012-ish, probably somewhere in there. Absolutely, it's definitely a form of therapy. You know, I'm not the most attractive woman outside of cosplay, but I'd say I make for a very handsome man in costume, and it has certainly boosted my confidence quite a great deal, and many of my friends see it as a way of therapy as well, because they find it gives them a sense of confidence they would not normally have in their day-to-day life. I've seen quite a bit of an increase in tons of diversity, ranging from race, sex, gender, it doesn't matter. Cosplay is becoming huge all over, but specifically in a lot of gender-based cosplayers, there's a lot more women than there used to be. I wore a Supergirl costume one time, and quite a few people decided that it'd be appropriate for them to smack my ass without consent. Not a fun thing. I occasionally cosplay Headless Horseman, which I am covered head to toe from. Yet still people insist on tapping me on what would be the equivalent of my head. And I think that's why those signs are necessary, and I'm glad for them, but wish more people would take the time to actually read them and understand what it means when people say cosplay is not consent. Please don't touch. Just go for it, just do it. Even if you're in a store-bought costume, even if you go out of your way to hand-make your costume. Cosplay is for everyone. Just don't be afraid. You know, just do it. That's the best thing I can say, is just go out and do it.
I've done Captain America, I've done Wolverine. I did a Groot a couple years ago. It was awesome. I'd love to wear him to Comic-Con. I need help getting to know a lot of my costumes. This is the first one that I actually built that I can put on myself, so my wife doesn't have to sit there and dress me.